How are you today? You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves, or Reynold Draelus, will be allowed access. The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information. We'll see. Well done. Please, I'm embarrassed, but is that you should be ashamed. Please, I'm embarrassed, but thank you. Is that so? You're a vote. All right, I get it. I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynold Draelus, we may never have uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynold arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So, you can see we really don't need any help, but thanks for the offer. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble. Excuse me.
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynold Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter, and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynold, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynold convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire.
Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynold character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Something to report? What are you looking for? The Gerald view is on the terraces, near the castle gate and facing the chapel. Olav's is next to the east gate. Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Raynil slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow. Take care. Good. What do you want? Yes, the apparently he seemed. Good day.
Good day. Yes, you too.
Putrid, you need armor or weapons, new or repair. Come to Hammer and Axe. Ah, you mean that vampire hunter. He's staying over at Olav's Tap and Tack. It's near the city gates. You can't miss it. Armor, weapons, I have it all. How may I help you? I'm listening. You win this. What a dumb joke. I don't talk such rot. That's amazing. Sorry, I don't get it. I don't talk such rot. That's just not funny. You've got a point. I salute you. Most impressive. I don't talk such rot. You've got a point. Such adventures. How I envy you. What not? Sorry, I don't get it. You win. What a dumb. Don't try to manipulate me. You've got a point. That's amazing. I don't talk. Sorry, I don't get it. You've got a point. Great. Sorry, not now, not later, not ever. That works for me. May I interest you in some of my fine wares? You don't expect me to make that. I appreciate your business. Bye. What can I do for you today? I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. Go ahead. Oh, I appreciate the gesture. I usually don't get... I'm listening. Not bad. Don't, please. I'm sorry. I'm not... Don't make me laugh. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're pathetic. Don't be silly. All right, I usually don't... I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. Good journey to you. Hello! What can I do? For you, of course. A little food and drink will do you some good. I can't make that deal. That's a good deal. A fine transaction. You'll need to make a better offer. Another set. Take it. That'll get you something. Raynil's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either. Hello! What can I do for you today? Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynil told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Just look for me if you need anything else.
What is it?
Hello.
Oh, so, any new revelations in your, investigation? I'm sure Arlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Rainiel has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Rainiel is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either. How do you know about that? Ah, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelliborn was killed by Rainiel not too long ago. Gelliborn was a vampire as well, obviously. What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gelliborn was not a vampire? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Rainiel have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Rainiel from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Do you have any more questions? I'm afraid I know little more.
Yes, I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the brotherhood he had created with Rainiel. I know I sound desperate, but I know...
I'm so hungry. Blessings of Stendar upon you. Please be generous, kind sir. Our Nora and Gerunda were once a happy couple, but that's over now. I hear that he took all of their money and stashed it after he committed a robbery. He was going to skip town on our Nora, but got arrested before making good on his escape. Now she has no money left at all, poor thing. Blessings of anew upon ye. Whatever I can do. Anything else I can help with, you just let me know. The Countess is Heartland Nibanian, and so are most guildsmen and chapelmen, but most others are as Nordish as you'll find. Olga sure can tell a good story. I'm not normally a big fan of bards' tales, but she's got some good ones. Just look for me if you need anything else. Whatever I can do.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Rainiel was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Rainiel doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. Please hurry. Rainiel may make a break for me.